I spend a lot of time on trains. Regardless of where I've lived, in cities, in the countryside, I've always found that trains remain a permanence in my life. Fortunately, I mostly like running around on trains. You can't go anywhere, so it's a chance to catch up on things, even if the only thing to catch up on is a bit of peace. If you're lucky. A standard British train can sit just over 600 people, and yet for many, a train journey is one you take alone. Generally, I am one of those people. Recently, I've been going through a breakup. Straight after it happened, I moved out to the countryside, away from London and away from the noise. So, I've been spending a lot more time on my own. One of those common periods is my now rather long commute. I think most people on their commute find themselves feeling much more frustrated by other people's existence than any sort of positive emotion towards them. And to prove I'm not Hugh Grant about to say love actually is all around, I will admit that it tends to be my leading emotion too. But recently, while I've been spending more time alone, I've realised that people, friends, relationships, even strangers, are actually the most important things in our lives. Other people have taken me out of my comfort zone. I recently visited Southeast Asia, country hopping for a couple of weeks. Nothing wild, this isn't some travel vlog, but I only went because my friend was already going to be out there and he invited me. 3 of us roamed around and did some cool stuff. Some cool stuff I definitely wouldn't have been brave enough to do on my own, let alone enjoyed as much as I did. Welcome to a little bit of paradise. So what do we think the best thing was today so far? Yeah, just to poke the top of it. I also wouldn't have shipped my brand new swimming shorts or thrown up in a Thai airport, but life's all about balance. But even away from that one trip, I have people in my life who have helped push me out of my comfort zone time and time again. The people who helped me start running, the people whose intelligence marvels me, the person who helps me recognise how therapy might help me, and the people who have just cared enough to push me along with making videos, with my hobbies, with my life. And so while those moments on the train might make me feel just a bit alone, there are constant reminders that that's not the case. And that leaves me with an enormous sense of comfort. Birds. Pretty much yearly, my friends and I take a trip down to the coast. We're all dotted around different parts of the UK, so we make an enormous playlist, we jump in a few cars, and we hit the road down to the southwest. Once we make it there, we muck around, we drink a bit too much, we enjoy the scenery, and to be honest, it brings me back to that feeling of immense comfort. I'm forever blind. My sense of humour has always been to take the piss. It sometimes worries me. I don't like the idea that I find it funny saying things that might upset someone. There's one person that I probably target more than I should. He's got a sharp wit, he's quick, but I also know how to push his buttons, and he might. But I can't help myself. It actually played on my mind quite a lot. Until he said on our yearly trip, when we were reminiscing about the past, that he knows I don't mean it. He knows it's just a joke, he understands it. And that, surprisingly, really gave me a warm feeling. The reason we need people is because we need, somehow, to be understood. If you can't do a 2.5-hour coastal walk with the boys, what can you do? I don't always find life easy. I'm sure none of us do. But to be somewhere you feel understood, comfortable, somewhere you belong, is only possible with people. And how lucky it is that you can be hungover on the beach with those people who make it all a bit easier.
Cold water.
Or maybe it's not that deep.
Exactly what I needed. Bloody lovely.
The Kremlin has reacted to the United States allowing Ukraine to use long-range...
Many of these wonders seem set to disappear forever.
The American Psychiatric Association's latest monthly poll found that 1 in 3 Americans said they felt lonely at least once a week over the past year.
One thing I don't think we've noticed is food prices coming down at all.
They spent lots of money without signing any players in those 2 positions.
With all the doom and gloom in the world, which all comes back to people, it's difficult to argue in favour sometimes. But there is always an opportunity to find people who make you smile, push you, help you to belong. I find it very difficult to tell people how much I love and appreciate them. So, wherever those people are, treat this as that message. And if you do one thing from watching this, tell someone in your life how much you do. Because, thankfully, you are not alone.